Hey guys, welcome to another commentary done by Diggity. I have the map wrong, so we're going to end up with a black screen momentarily. While I adjust this on my cool overlay, there we go. Have it proper now. This is going to be on Eclipse, a two-player map. Upper right-hand corner, we got Semih starting as the black Protoss. Bottom left-hand corner, we have Kudos starting as the red Zerg. That nice map. If you guys missed game one, Semih uncharacteristically dropping a map. I think there's a couple things to factor in here, which is you can, with really tight timings, oftentimes get the Nexus down before two cannons against overpool. Not with any sort of delay, though. A second factor, though, is that I think Semih, that is more the case against a Zerg who is not doing as strong a mining optimization as Kudos is. And Kudos's mining in the early stages of the game has been very, very sharp, which has led to really strong speed increases to the rest of his game. So I think the mineral boosting that Kudos was able to execute sped up everything else in the build order on top of the probe, the drone getting some harassment in the early stages. Probe trying to make its way around the Overlord, not able to do so mid-map. We do have a pylon drop. It looks like this is going to be another Forge first, another overpool out here from Kudos. And I gotta memorize what the standard pool timings are, but I would not be shocked if it is a second or two under here for Semih. I'm wondering if Semih at this stage, and the Forge actually coming out a little bit later as well, I'm wondering if Semih at this stage is going to just play a little bit more carefully and get that out. He does have opportunity to harass probe versus drone. And this time Kudos is not gonna, because it is a two-player map, is not gonna have the opportunity. Looks like Semih trying to, so Kudos, okay, this is interesting play. So it looks like that drone, that was an interesting bait right there, because it's possible this drone was going out to go for the third instead of the natural expansion. Semih was nearing it, but then it was an attack move. It looks like Kudos is going to get that natural expansion down regardless. Pool finishes, we have the, do we have the Parazerg? Yeah, Parazerglings being fielded. We'll see how it works out this time. So no harassment, Nexus gets dropped. 4 Zerglings being produced, might be able to get a little bit of disruption in between. Cannon dropped 225. Zerglings are away. And still some damage. Let's see if that probe's able to cycle around. Yeah, I feel like these Zerglings are also a little bit faster on the map than usual because of just, yeah, Kudos' ability to mineral boost. These two Zerglings making their way towards the front. Should have a, yeah, this time it should be fine. Third hatchery there, 9 o'clock location. So this is what you can pull off usually when you don't have a lot of the timing blockades and you don't have an opponent right in your face halting that cannon and creating little miscues in timing. Anyway, Semih managed to keep his probe alive. He's going to be able to spot the extractor, which is actually down pretty fast here from Kudos, to open up some tech options for him. Interesting, with speed, that might be a curiosity where Semih's thinking, okay, maybe this is going to be a Hydralisk opener rather than a hatchery into, or I should say a layer into Mutalisk opener. Natural expansion up. Only a single cannon, by the way, plopped down here from Semih rather than the usual two, because he did not see the slew of Zerglings out in the field. Took some hits there. He's going to go ahead and draw that probe back. Might continue scouting with that Zealot once it is out in the field. Is he going to be able to get that probe back? Is the next question. Taking some big hits. Kudos starting to saturate. He is teching straight to layer here, so it looks like it is going to be more likely Spire first play. Semih has his cybernetic score fielded. I think a Zergling got a kill here. No, never mind. Probe was able to cycle back around. Probe getting a little bit confused via AI because the drone holding the ramp, so Kudos still trying to hide what he's up to. Going to leave Semih a little bit more nervous than usual, but doing a good job of keeping this probe alive to maintain scouting information. A few more Zerglings produced, and still the probe able to sneak out. Holy cow! With 2 health, and Kudos is really selling with those extra Zerglings. Is really selling a potential bust right here. Really selling that. Looks like they're instead staging up to that 9 o'clock location. He's throwing in a little bit of additional crop there. Interestingly, oh man, this might be disastrous for Semih. Semih, yeah, thinking this is potentially Hydralisk, or at least not air, is investing heavily into Zealots now. He's going 5-gate Zealot Never mind. Is he going 5 gate plus 1 Dragoon? Okay, plus 1 is not upgrading. He's there. It is plus 1 Dragoon. He's gonna go. So instead, he's going 5 gate Dragoon. Does Kudos spot it? Is the next question. Probe's still alive somehow. By the way, and wow, it's really doing a good job. Okay, finally wiped out. Dragoon cycles in, or sorry, the Overlord cycles in, sees the lack of anti-air here. Zerglings making their way across the map just to scout everything out. Spire halfway finished. Overlord is going to get taken out. That will put Kudos in the red, but not before he can potentially build an additional Overlord to get a round of Mutalisks out. And I'll be interested. I've seen this build work multiple times against other opponents. I have a feeling that Kudos will have a strong response against this. Zergling's trying to make a dive there towards the front. Semih now making his way out on the map with the Dragoons. Plus 1 is not going to finish as they're making the way across, but Spire is up. Mutalisks will be constructed. Another Overlord getting caught. Sunken's being morphed here on the front. A hatchery as well. More Zerglings being queued up. And we do have a second preventative cannon on the front just in case more Zerglings were going for a run by. To potentially clutter this. Zerglings taking some damage. We are going to have, looks like about 8. Yeah, they're looking to cut off reinforcements. Successfully doing so, by the way. These Dragoons going to have to pull back. Maybe wait for plus 1. Zerglings attacking the Dragoons as they're wiping out that first Sunken colony. But without larger numbers, honestly. So they got 1 Dragoon. But with a decent amount of micro, Semih should be able to walk out of this. Able to get another creep colony. The Zealots also able to get on the drone lines. The problem for the Dragoons now against the Zerglings is getting behind. They got to get behind the mineral lines. A lot of Zerglings produced from Kudos. Good economic interruption. Here's the first Mutalisk, by the way. More Zerglings flooding their way across. No plus 1 weapons either direction. So Semih able to interrupt the economy briefly, but he's actually even on workers and even on supply, which usually puts Zerg ahead. Zerglings now surrounding the Dragoons, getting a lot of damage done. And Semih, he's got plus 1 weapons just about to finish, but not a lot of Zealots to chew through the Zergling lines. And a single Mutalisk also there to interrupt the AI of the Dragoons. Keep in mind also Semih's he's more or less all in on this because he's paused paused pro production for a time there. And it hasn't grabbed a third. All sorts of Mutalisks now in flight, making the way out into the map. I don't think this is enough Dragoons to combat this as well. Might be able to dive with this plus the Zerglings and wipe out this attack force and then likely finish the game. More Sunken colonies to the north. So Semih is likely lost his opportunity to breach that point. Is just going to have to contend to try to keep his army alive. Yeah, that's going to get wiped out. More troops making their way across and Semih going to GG. Kudos, yeah, at the level he is at, knows how to deal with the Dragoon plus 1 weapons play. Great play from him. He is now going to go up 2-0 over Semih, which is starting to look like a rout in the upper bracket. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for listening.